I hate my life and my mom doesn't love me. When I was around 13 and my sister was 18, our mom left us at Dad's so she could live with a man she barely knew. My sister and I had to eat expired food and had no way of cleaning our clothes and had almost no hot water. Our older brother would always turn it off and would refuse to turn it back on. The house was filthy and my backpack had maggots on it when I went to school. Mom never tried to call, text, or anything for over a year. We just wanted to leave and get help. Our teeth were rotten and my hair was always matted. We barely had menstrual pads and had to cut tiny pieces off my older brother's subs from the fridge because it was the only fresh food in the house. Mom called us and talked all about how she loved the guy she ran away for and how amazing he was. He was taking her out and she lived at his house, and it really fing hurt me when she only called to brag. I was skinny and looked and smelled homeless and got made fun of constantly at school and in public, and it made me suicidal and depressed. I vividly remember her asking, "If I get you Tim Hortons, will that make it better?" 3 years of my dad and brother pushing me around and forcing me to go to town with them only for my dad to sleep parked on the side of the street and nap for hours while it was hot out and I couldn't get out. I'd have to bug constantly to get him to take us back, and him and my brother would call me spoiled and rude, and when I was left home, it would be for hours with no unexpired food, a dirty house I couldn't clean, and a terrifyingly dark and scary old house. I would hear noises and see scary stuff in that house, like scratching and my name being called when I had my headphones in. I'd sit in front of the front door out of fear something was upstairs. When my dad and brother got home, they'd force me to shut off every light and expected me not to be scared of a pitch-black house that had junk everywhere and a dangerously steep and cluttered staircase. They took my bedroom light, both hall lights, and would yell because I had my closet light on. My mom had moved back a few times to get away from her husband, but always went back, even when he threatened to come and shoot my whole family because she left him. She went back after he smashed her phone she was going to give me. I only had an iPad mini to use a texting app for Wi-Fi, and she still went back while my sister was on welfare and living in government-assisted residency, but I was left behind. I had to stay in that house for 3 more years while I occasionally went to my mom's boyfriend's house to shower, have a meal, and get my clothes washed. She didn't fight for custody. She saw the maggots in my clothes and knew I had constant yeast infections and had nothing to eat at Dad's and my mouth hurting. I had nothing to eat at school while she told me she was eating at expensive restaurants with her husband and some random man they were having sex with. The man had a wife and children, but my mom doesn't care. She still talks to him now that I lived with her. I wish I had just ended everything silently in my room. I wouldn't be here with a mouth full of rotten and sore teeth. My molars are infected on the right side, and my mom wants them all removed. I just want a family that loves me. I want to become a thoracic surgeon and have a family when I'm older. I don't want to feel this way. I don't want to be on welfare and get kicked out. I can't find a job. Canada has nothing, and I'm scared and everything sucks. I just turned 18 38 days ago and I hate it. I wish I could either leave or get made. My mom has always called me fat, and now she says she never did. She never looked at me like she loved me and always yelled at me before she left. I just hate my life.